Sup? We're here for Mario Odyssey.
Hi, we're cashing in on these recent game released views.
Look at this.
So welcome, all of our
This
new
is literally not going to be uploaded until 2 or 3 months after it's relevant.
Everyone who wants to check out if they want to get Super Mario Odyssey after Christmas.
Well, I love Mario games just start straight up. Oh, Mario's just doing crap.
I mean, it's not like freaking the big reviewers don't get like a copy 2 weeks early, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
so even if we did it
on the day that they come out, they have like probably half the game played already on the YouTube channel.
So it's like, even if we were like, let's put it up day one, it's like, you know, if you don't get free copies early, you don't. There's no purpose.
I just don't play a lot of new games because I don't think a lot of new games are that great, or they're really like way too long to actually LP.
Yeah, new games now it's like hundreds of hours of content. Cool, I just kind of wanted to just play a quick game. Nope, sorry.
Yeah, every game's like open world with 5,000 side quests everywhere. Well, this game has a lot of padding, but luckily almost all of it is optional.
That's cool. I mean, that's kind of how Mario games should be, for sure. I mean, like, Galaxy, like, you didn't need to do everything.
Yeah, like, Galaxy, Sunshine 64, which this game is definitely based off of, have a lot of stars that you just don't need to do at all.
Right.
But this one goes way above and beyond that. So this game is mostly, like, more along the lines of, like, a Banjo-Kazooie game, where there is just so many collectibles, and each world is just... they're just everywhere, and a lot of times they're like in plain sight, and there's not a lot of challenge of actually getting them. There's still a lot like the traditional ones where it is like it feels like 64 Sunshine, but there's a lot where it's just like go over this way and you'll get it. Hey, thanks.
Parker, you could never play this game. You would have to collect everything.
Oh my god, absolutely.
We should get Parker to LP Banjo-Tooie, the game with the most unnecessary collectibles ever.
It's not even that, like, I think Banjo-Tooie has, like, along the same lines of Banjo-Kazooie's collectibles, it's just that they're so hard to get.
Right.
And in fact, some are, like, way easier, like, the notes are way easier to get in Tooie, but it's just such an annoying game.
I like this voice.
Yeah, they're still doing the gibberish.
But I like it's like
when did that start?
To, Ewoks.
Well, it's better than Sunshine doing actual voices and it being really weird.
Yeah.
Mario! I like Flood though. Like his voice. I know it's silly.
It's just a really generic voice with a metallic thing.
What's up,
Yeah, it's in French because that's the fastest language.
Yes. Fastest language where everything is super fast.
Yeah. Usually it's Japanese.
Nope.
All the plot of the game right here.
Cappy is now your companion.
So the big thing obviously in this game is your cap, which can do more than you just throw it for like certain like projectile things. You can also control switches, and then you can control actual enemies, which is the biggest thing that they change.
Neat.
So they do it like really quick here.
Now, Trevor, what is the fastest mode of movement?
It's hard to say. I think it's this.
Oh, yeah.
But the long jump isn't that fast in this game. So here's the first time that we control it.
Excellent.
Look at this cute frog. Oh, go inside.
And go inside of it.
Frogs!
And every time you go into an enemy, it gives you that long of a cutscene.
I like to imagine that.
That's
You do it like
terrifying.
10 times in a level, and every single time it's.
This game takes 7,000 hours.
Dat
I
mustache.
love the mustache. Wow, that's a friggin' paste. Friggin'.
Yeah, this is how frogs exist in real life.
Directly from.
So the big thing in this game, because it's more of a collectathon than the other Marios, is that you need literally like 100,000 coins probably for everything, and there are just so many. There's no stars in this game. They just call them moons for some reason, but there are just a million moons everywhere.
Huh.
And they're like weirdly like they're like in 3 parts or whatever, like a weird pyramid thing. Or is that
when
a
you
special type?
when you beat a boss, it gives you a triple moon, which is
Okay.
pretty much just 3 moons. They try to make like boss battles matter a little bit more, but it still doesn't really offset it.
Oh, Hat Village. That's so adorable. Who could be responsible for burning our hat houses? Wait, they are hats. They live inside hats. That's a really flat hat. Look,
They're like
everything's hats.
They're like Smurfs, dude. Just everything is Smurfing great. I am the green one.
I'm the one in the back on the right. Look at that guy.
It's like, I'm so smug.
I don't know what I was really expecting out of these guys. They're pretty much just literally the not Koopas with hats.
Yeah.
Weren't there like guys in Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga that you fought over and over again that were just kind of the comic relief? Almost
know,
like Salt and Peppa in Chrono Trigger.
I
or
think you're
Chrono
right,
Cross.
but it's been so long since I played Superstar Saga.
I think I remember just like every time a major like new thing happens, you fight them and you're like, hey, don't definitely learn how to do this battle mechanic with these guys.
So, I'm guessing since you are spending money in a store with the coins you collect, the coins don't heal you like they used to, right?
No, they don't.
You gotta get, what, those hearts?
In fact, I don't...
Do the hearts heal you?
Yes, the hearts heal you.
Okay.
Collecting a moon heals you, the hearts heal you, but the coins don't.
Okay.
In fact, coins healing you... I'm trying to remember. I don't think they do that in the Galaxy
Yes,
games.
they do.
Oh, they do?
Yes, because that was one of the things you could do was in like boss levels was like get them to like make a coin come out of the ground or whatever, and then you can heal yourself. For
Based. How does Mario get himself into? Wow, that looks really good.
Yeah, I think
Wow.
this game looks pretty good.
I'm always a fan of
There-
stylized graphics.
There are... The levels that go for a more stylized approach look really good, but there's a couple worlds that go for a pretty realistic look, and I think those look kind of bad.
Like the city one.
The city
they
one,
were
and
doing
then
in the
there's like
trailer.
a forest one,
Okay.
and I don't like those, but there's some really good looking levels, like the ones that have even less textures than like this.
Well, my favorite looking levels in stinking Sunshine are those hidden ones where they're so simple. You know, the ones with the floating platforms. They just look good.
Yeah.
Oh, can you become him?
Yeah, buddy.
My God. Look at the mustache.
Oh.
Oops. Ah, moon.
So most of the moons that are above like a platform like this, they usually do something like move a platform around or like teleport you somewhere.
Got the date.
Oh yeah, I think the date is wrong by 2 days, but this is gonna date us a lot.
Does it have like an inventory thing where it tells you like how many moons are in
Yes.
each level? Okay. And I assume it's daunting, right? It's just
Yes.
like
But it's not also secret, right? Like it's like legit. Like this is how many moons there are. Oh, cool! It looks like.
does it show you where they are?
That's awesome.
Yeah, here we go.
Wow. And this is on this level?
So it
And
doesn't.
25 is definitely not all of them.
Oh, really? That's annoying. I hate that. Like, just tell me how many there are.
What do you have to do to fit? So there are some hidden ones, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Ugh.
Like, at least tell me there are hidden.
Oh, it's not
ones.
letting me do this. So the first time they enter a world, sometimes you can't do all the moons, especially since this is pretty much a tutorial world. I'm not sure how much I can actually do. Definitely the second time that I entered this place, I got like 20 moons in like 5 seconds.
Wow.
And so, because there's so many, it also isn't like stars traditionally where it like stops and backs you out.
Yeah, it definitely just lets you go.
Gotcha. Because that was the one downside of even like Galaxy 2, was that was like you were working towards one star at each time you go in.
You know, that actually makes... I'm sure speedruns already exist for this, but that makes the speedrun a lot more interesting, because it's like... The pathing that you make for it is like so specific
Right.
then.
It's not just like go in, get the one star, go out. Go in, get the one star, go out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm noticing things already. Like, there was a chain chomp that should have been there that you can't, like, get a moon because it's not there. So, yeah. I don't think I can do too
So you
much
might
this
as well
time.
just go and get to the next thing.
What are the moons?
What?
Are the moons current?
Whoa!
Whoa.
This is me before my morning coffee.
This is me Monday morning. Oh, for those that don't have a traditional work schedule, that don't have a Monday through Friday, I apologize.
AKA me. Apologize now. Actually,
Monday morning still works for you.
wait. You're
what?
not...
It's
So-
Doom!
That's awesome.
Classic
Yeah.
level!
So there's a lot of these 2D, like, pixel
Oh gosh,
levels.
I love
Look
it.
at that.
I think it's actually really
That
cool.
is so fun!
How does this game look on the Switch itself?
It definitely compresses the graphics a little bit. I think it still looks decent, but it definitely doesn't look
That's
perfect.
a great idea. Oh,
Wow, that was
that's
seamless.
so fun.
That's a seamless change.
So that's what you...
I didn't even see, like, what did I touch? Was it like a big heart?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh gosh, that is me.
That's really Parker. That's weird.
Oh, she's wearing the moon around
Yeah,
her neck.
I guess she's using it as a necklace or whatever.
Oh yeah. Ah!
Get wrecked.
Jeez.
Splendid.
So obviously, this is the second boss. Actually, kind of the most disappointing thing about this game is that the bosses are insanely easy. There's only like 1 or 2 bosses that I can even think of that was even remotely difficult.
So there's more like just platforming areas that are hard.
Yeah, I would say the platforming areas, obviously since the focus is just kind of collecting stuff, there's not, when you're just like exploring the regular world, it's not too difficult either, but when you have the very specific, like challenge courses, those can be pretty difficult.
She's mad.
I don't like those jiggle physics.
What has
Not
technology
in my
done?
Mario game.
What has technology done?
What is this? Dead or
Oh,
alive?
she's dead.
Does she ever come back?
Yeah, she does. I
Oh,
don't know
I was
why
gonna
they just
say.
explode.
I was gonna say, seems like a lot of work to have it be like first boss that you kill and you never see again. You got a multi-moon!
So multi-moons are better.
That's for the boss.
They're just
and you
3
get
moons.
Okay.
So in this number towards 900.
So I think at this point, we got the 3 moons from that multi-moon, but it's actually not enough to repair this ship quite yet, so I think after this, they just let you run around for the first time and just collect moons.
Does a silly question, but I don't have a Switch. Does the Switch have things like trophies in the PS4?
No.
Because the ones for
achievements
the
or
one
anything
the
like
ones
that?
for this game would be
Or
like
festivals?
insane. Oh yeah, I think it's kind of silly. I know a lot of people take it super seriously, but
I think people like George that take trophies like so seriously are pretty stupid. So, like, here's one.
Trevor and I will tell that to his face. In fact, I'm sure we have.
I've made fun of him a lot about it.
Above a high cliff.
Yeah, so that was one of the ones where, like, it was a moon that you got for, what did I do? I got this chain chomp,
Yeah.
I got this warp pipe, and then I went up. So that's a moon.
That's a moon.
Is there a total number of moons in the game? Is it like 1,000?
It's 900.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's why I said that. It's literally 900. That's cool.
Oh.
Messed it
So
up.
these purple coins that we're finding that look like, I guess they're going for like the caveman like stone wheels. These are currency for the specific world they're in. You can find shops that sell like cosmetics and costumes and stuff. But you have to find the currency in that world, and it's only good for that world.
Was that a character you could talk to back there?
Yeah, it was like a parrot.
Gotcha.
It doesn't really
give you a quest or something?
I don't think so. It just gives you a little hint, I guess.
Okay, towards like one of the 900 moons.
Yeah.
Here's a useful hint. There's a moon about. Cool. Never would have guessed. So I noticed that, like, because this isn't like a weird linear thing like normal, like, what do those flags really even do?
Flags don't really do much of anything. They're usually just used to get higher or just to scope out the.
Because I noticed you went up and you got that moon on the top of the cliff, and then you went and then touched a flag, and it's like, does that mean if you die, it will start you back up on?
Oh, the flags. Yeah, they're in like something like 3D World. They're the checkpoints, but in this one, they're actually warp points. So you can look at the map.
Oh,
that's
that's
cool.
cool.
And it's like a little like
a fast travel.
Yeah.
Okay, that's really cool because especially for collecting, like that's would make it amazingly difficult otherwise.
Yeah.
So,
That's cool.
this game is obviously, like, you can play it for 30 minutes and see that it's super well made and whatever. My question is, what percentage is Miyamoto involved with stuff anymore? Because he's older now.
Very little.
So, who's the new, like, head of it, or is it kind of like multiple people?
Yeah, I don't know if there's any, like, one specific person anymore.
Because clearly this is, like, very, you know,
there's
well
a
made.
2D moon over there. That's so cool.
Oh,
Oh! Hey!
I thought there was a secret, but there isn't.
I like those pixels. Sweat stuff. Are you supposed to be able to get to that top one?
Yeah.
Nice.
I missed it.
Oh, when you were in there it looked 2D, or is there also a 2D? Past the chasm lifts.
Yeah, they usually mark those pipes like a little bit differently when you go back to the 2D parts.
Yeah, yeah. Alright, you got this.
Definitely doesn't give you a whole lot of time.
Nice.
that's awesome.
So when you get 50, that means you have to spend it, or does that mean that's the most that they have on this level? So anything you buy would only gonna cost a total of 50?
The shop, it would be very exact. To buy everything from the shop, it's 50 coins.
Got it. I thought it was like that's all you can hold at one time, which would be super annoying.
No.
Oh my gosh, those things are great. Ah!
That music.
Whoa. So what were those clear coins? Was that where you got?
It pretty much means it's the ones that I've already collected.
So if you walk back where that purple ones you just collected,
Oh god.
they'll look. Oh my god! Oh, okay, gotcha. These are purple.
Yeah, it just shows you like where they would be,
That's pretty cool, actually.
but you already collected them.
Like especially like Like, that's useful for, like, a collecting game. To just kind of be like, okay.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
especially when you give up and just look online or whatever. Like, it's like, okay, I already got those. Because that was, like, one of the worst parts of, like, collecting certain things in, like, Grand Theft Auto. Was like, did I get this one, or am I just not seeing it? Like, or did I literally already get it? And I can't tell. So now you can be like, oh, I got that one, because there's where it was.
Yeah, and if you look at it, like, kind of closely, they have this really cool kind of, like, dithering effect to it.
Yeah.
Huh.
I think it looks pretty
It's
neat.
like through a TV screen or something.
Yeah, I mean, it is really easy. I like collectathon games, but it's so... There's a thin line that you go from, oh, that's fun, there's a lot to collect, to, oh my god, there's so much to collect. And it's Banjo-Kazooie and Tooie. Kazooie has the perfect amount, and Tooie adds just a little bit, and you're like, oh man, this is annoying.
Oh, look at this. Beautiful.
This is one of the games where I had a lot of fun just doing it, like, the ones that I could find naturally. When you beat the game, it, like, makes you go through all the worlds again if you want to, and those are really fun to collect too. But, like, getting the last 50% of them is just a chore, and then I stop.
So literally the last 450?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah,
Does your ship get, like, all upgraded as you get more moons?
It does get upgraded, but it doesn't get, like, visually very different.
Okay.
The little sail on the top gets bigger, and eventually becomes a full sphere. And then you can just go to all the worlds that you want to,
Gotcha.
but it doesn't look that much different.
Oh, like it becomes like almost a balloon?
Yeah.
Like that? Okay. Oh, that's cool. That thing's filled with juice. Orange juice. Hey, Captain!
Oh, baby.
Look at me. I'm the captain.
Oh. Boo.
Wow. Says you have enough to buy one boot.
Get out of here. I don't know what you're talking about.